Hello and welcome to this episode of The Catch. We're so excited that you decided to tune in with us today. And we don't really want to waste our time. We want to jump into these amazing stories. But just to let you know, we are four girls from completely different backgrounds who have grown up in the same city. And catch this. Today's episode is all about the ladies. Speaking of which, our hometown of Stockton, California just held its first ever Women's March. Isn't that awesome?
That's amazing. That's history right there.
Yes.
Renee went.
It is absolutely history. It was so much so that when I went, I literally thought about City Hall, I thought about our government, and I thought about how it ties in with the movement nationwide.
Yes.
So I ran up to the steps of City Hall, and I just kind of captured where everybody's at while they were speaking over in MLK Plaza. And it was just really nice to see what that is. And I posted that. We have a Facebook page called Stockton History. And so I posted the Women's March 2019 on that page because it is going to be history. It is history.
Absolutely.
And our very own The Record Net actually interviewed Maria Rios, who is a student and member of the University of Pacific Society of Women in Business. She said, quote, "I'm marching for equality and for women's rights. Society places a lot of pressure on women and forces them to choose whether to be a housewife and a mother or a part of the workforce. Society says you can't do both when in reality you can." So I wanted to ask you, women in business, do you feel like society is forcing us to have to choose between being a hefty housewife and a savvy businesswoman? What do you think?
I want to be both.
I feel like
Yes.
you have to be both in this day and age.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
with inflation and everything, like
Yeah.
cost of living, who can live off one household income unless if it's a really nice household
Okay.
income, you know what I mean?
Well,
So
and just with the political climate and just the way everything is going in this generation, I just feel like you have to be involved in your children's lives. I don't have any kids, but I just see the direction that we're going in, and I'm just like, yo, you really have to be involved because the internet is just running everything.
I'm
Yes.
totally going to tie
Really?
your 2 points in because there are countries such as Sweden, Denmark, who give women in a capitalistic society that we are always need to have that income. You have to be able to have, a good income, and if you're not going to make it.
You can't
so you have to put
survive.
your kids in
Right.
daycare.
Right.
Yeah.
In those countries, they know the importance, and we stress in our nation the first 5 is very important.
Right.
They give
Right.
the women over in those countries, if they end up getting pregnant the first 5 years,
Can we march for that?
they get the first 5 years of the child's life
now
off of
real.
work,
That's amazing.
and they get to go back to their job positions when that 5 years is up.
Wow.
Well, they give
Wow.
women here 6 weeks, and then they have paternity leave, and then they give the father another 6 weeks or something of that
Something
nature.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's very
Wait, what
interesting.
country is this again?
Like Denmark, Sweden, Norway.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
do some homework. I
Remember
love
that.
you, America.
They also
Yes.
they do community living there also, where neighborhoods come together and have one family will cook the dinner for the entire neighborhood, and then they all go and eat. It's very interesting.
This doesn't even
Awesome.
sound real.
It's like-
Yeah.
It sounds like a
It's
utopia.
amazing.
I don't even know my neighbors, to be honest.
It's crazy because I know a bunch of people that work just to pay for daycare, and it's like you might as well not even work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
all of their money, their husbands go to work and then they go to work because they're paying for the daycare, and
Yeah.
it's they're left over with barely anything. So I mean that that world, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Because it is important. It's
They're
critical.
developing their
Honestly,
human.
Right.
I feel like the way society is moving, we're really celebrating women right now.
Yes.
And I don't feel like it's as forced as
It's
it
a good
used
time
to
to be a woman, let me tell you.
It is. It
Absolutely.
really
It's the
is.
best time.
And I feel
Yeah.
like the way we're moving, it's opening the door for allowing women to choose both lives if they want to.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And so I really love that. I really love that. And I just want to shout out to Stockton for our first Women's March.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I
that
loved
is a
the
big deal.
headline of the Record Net. It actually said, "The Women's March sends message of strength, confidence, and purpose, and unity." And I love that. I
Wow.
just think that's something we could all celebrate, especially in our hometown.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wish we was
Unity
able to
is-
make it. Honestly, there's not enough, there aren't enough things for women to just really rally around each other and even know one another. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know enough women here in Stockton. I know you ladies, but I want to be able to have more platforms to be able to do that. But speaking of women and women in power and not having to choose, Kamala Harris just announced her bid for presidency. 2020 presidential race, Northern California native and Oakland native. What's poppin'?
Yes.
The first African American woman as a California Attorney General, as well as the first African American and Asian American woman as a California State Senator. She announced her bid for presidency on the same day that Shirley Chisholm did 47 years ago in 1968. So speaking of women and presidency, come on, talk about it.
Yes. First of all, I think her chances are really great. I mean, when you just
She's
think,
amazing.
Yeah, when you think about her track record, it just speaks for itself.
Attorney General.
Yes, the first African American and the first woman on top
Right.
of that.
And first
Right.
Indo-Asian
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
nation.
She's actually, one of her stands is she's really, really big on immigration.
Yes.
And both of her
She
parents are
really
actually
is.
immigrants. They're from Jamaica. Her dad's from Jamaica and her mom's from
India. Yeah.
India. So, I mean, that says a lot right there. So she has such a huge stance on immigration that she actually is also really big on healthcare.
Yes.
She is a really big supporter of the Affordable Health Care Act.
Mhm.
And I just turned
That's
26,
important.
so I am no longer on my parents' health care.
Yeah, girl.
Healthcare, you don't realize how important it is until you actually need it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm so used to like
absolutely.
going to the doctor
Just
and
go
be like,
when you want to.
yo, I need
for granted,
antibiotics
yeah.
or I need something like anything. So
Yeah.
healthcare is
what
such a
I
huge
also
thing.
learned about her as well is that so the Democratic Party, her being the nominee for the Democratic Party,
Possibly.
women are at the core of the Democratic Party,
They are.
which also ties in with the Women's March
Yeah.
because the DNC had an investment and partnered with the Women's March.
Wow.
But it's
Okay.
a little different because they just pulled out.
Interesting.
So her about getting the vote now that she is possibly at the core and they pulled out of the Women's March, what is that going to look like for her when we're getting that women's vote?
I don't know what
That'd
that's
be
going to look
interesting.
like, but
Very
I'm
interesting.
still really, really excited to
I'm
see
gonna
her
vote
run for this
if she
campaign.
does.
Not just
Vote for
because
her.
she's a woman of color, yes, because she's a woman of color, but not just because she's a woman of color, not just because she's from Oakland, yes, because she's from Oakland, not just because
But
she's
she's
from
doing
Oakland,
thing.
but everything
Yeah.
that she
She's
stands
she's
for.
making an impact
she
in the
stands for.
community.
Yes.
And so imagine what she could do for our country.
I mean, one of the
She is
biggest
literally
things-
the epitome of diversity, though. Like when you
Yes.
look at
Absolutely.
what she comes from.
That's what
Um,
Oakland looks like. That's what California looks like.
And
Yeah,
Stockton
but
is really
she
looking
is
that
the
way
face
too.
of-
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're so diverse.
The reason why I am just really in support of her, just in who she is
Mhm.
because, like I said, she represents diversity, and our
Yes.
world is diverse.
Yes.
And I would
Right.
love if politics would look a lot more like our world.
Absolutely.
I love how inclusive she is.
Absolutely.
And
I love
you
how
know,
she presents herself when she is presenting a case, when she is actually being a person to share information or to question and get the facts. She stays
Yes.
on point. She does not let the distractions get her.
I mean, she was a prosecutor for years, so she
Yeah.
knows what she's
Yeah.
doing.
Very strong, confident
so
woman.
strong.
Yes, so let's
Yes.
talk about one of her like major campaigns, like one of her major topics and headlines for the campaign
Yeah.
is taxes. So one of her huge things is called Lift the Middle Class. So basically,
Tell us about that.
I'm super excited about
Tell us
this
about
because,
that.
because we are working women and now we are paying taxes and like we fall into
Come
somewhat
on.
of the lower to the upper middle class.
Middle,
So
right.
we're all mushed up in the middle, and it's getting smaller as inflation happens. Like we all know how this goes. You can
Yeah.
go to another YouTube video to see that.
Yes.
But anyways, she has something called Lift the Middle Class. Basically, if we're gonna be filing our taxes, single people will finally be able to get breaks, and we would get $33,000 a year if we make under $100,000.
Come on.
Wow.
Yes, and that's like
That would be
huge for the
nice.
middle class because
Right.
they take really, really big hits during
And
tax
us
season.
millennials.
I don't have any kids,
Absolutely.
and I can't claim any of my siblings' kids because they got a lot of kids and they want that money. So I'm like,
Yes.
I want to be able to
Yeah.
claim myself and get something back for the
Absolutely.
tax breaks. But
Now, on the other hand, people are kind of worried because she kind of has a track record of being for something, yet the legislation that she goes for has been a little bit different. For example, she implemented training programs to address police officers' racial biases, but also resisted calls to get her office to investigate certain police shootings. What I have to say about that, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like it's very important that we understand that it's okay for somebody to change their mind.
Oh yeah.
And it is okay for people to grow in whatever
Yeah.
lane that they are in. I think we have such a stigma on the political people of our world,
Sure.
and we want them to be one way all the time.
time.
But that's not even life. I think it's very fair to make sure that we observe that people have the right to grow
Right.
and to,
Yeah.
you know.
If I were judged based on my beliefs even just a year ago,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, I can only imagine how people would view me because until I step into a position where like now I'm experiencing this, then I really wouldn't understand. So I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you on that.
But, you know, I'm rooting for her.
Me
I'm
too.
rooting for just America in general. I think, you know, we've been
Please,
experiencing
somebody
a lot of
I am
dividedness.
not rooting for this country.
I'm rooting for us to continue to grow in unity,
Yes, me too.
and
I
you know, I'm
agree.
just looking at the
Nurturing
positive
each other.
side of
Yes.
things.
I know what
Definitely
you mean.
nurturing each other, nurturing our development as not only a nation, as a people, as individuals.
Yes.
So that's very important.
And I love how she's stepping up and she's being confident and she is standing up as a woman, you know, to do something for our country. So, ladies, speaking of Kamala Harris being a confident woman, right? Confident with her chances of winning, okay? So, Bustle.com, okay, has released some tips and tricks on how us women can also gain some sort, you know, confidence as well, but in the gym.
Come on.
So, because gym intimidation is a real thing, believe it or not.
It is. It's such a real thing.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah. Okay. And so some of these tips include, okay, dressing the part. Okay. Not going during peak workout hours. I mean, don't you hate waiting for the machine and everyone's just, okay.
I hate when I can't
Right.
get on my treadmill.
Yes.
That's my biggest issue.
Me, the squat machine. But okay, and then the
Right.
last tip, okay, is having that poppin' playlist, okay, ladies, because you know we need that playlist to get us feeling ourselves and feeling pumped. So I have to ask you, have you ever experienced gym intimidation? And if so, what have you done to overcome it?
Okay, well, you guys know I'm from here. However, I do live in LA. So you know how it is in LA.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's at the gym all the time. So you can't really avoid peak hours because literally there's no such thing. Everyone's always
Everyone's there. They like live there, huh?
Yeah, so you have to
Yeah.
really like get used to like being around that and just really be comfortable in yourself. You mentioned something about wardrobe. I love dressing up to the gym. Let me tell you, it makes me feel better
Okay,
about
what do you wear?
myself.
Interesting. Okay,
What's your
come on.
ideal like wardrobe?
My ideal wardrobe is I like all black because it's nice and sleek.
It's limited.
It is.
It's
Yeah, so,
limited.
you know, I gotta have my hair laid. And if it's not laid, I put on a nice cap. Like, I have my hair laid. Usually my makeup's done because I'm coming from somewhere, which is a problem.
Yeah.
And then I have like a little cute crop top. Crop top sweater, and like, you'll see a picture. We'll throw up a picture up there. To see what I look like. But I love looking cute to the gym, not for anyone, but for myself.
Come on.
I mean, everybody there at the gym looks cute, so.
Okay, so I haven't been to
Yeah.
the gym in a while. And I recently just started going back. We have a local, a local business owner who owns a restaurant has just recently opened a gym here.
Cool.
I'm not sure if we can mention the name, but maybe we'll talk about it. I can drop it to you guys a little bit later. So it just recently opened over here, and I'm supporting it, but I'm loving it at the same time. So I was in a rush, and I put like whatever on because I just wanted to be comfortable. I just wanted to go to the gym. Totally a fashion faux pas. Because when I got there,
what were you wearing, girl?
it was quite
What was
embarrassing
it?
because a friend of mine had to let me know that it didn't look cute, but it was whatever. So
Honestly, if you
what was
can
it?
okay, so the person told me that I looked like I was from the 80s.
Oh!
Wait.
Do you have a sweatband
I
and leg
had
warmers?
like the socks were like all the way up. Not all the way up, but they were like slouched
Were they
up.
striped?
And then they were white, just white
Oh,
cotton
okay.
socks. And but
That's
then
not
they
too
weren't
bad.
covered. And then it was just like a t-shirt, a big t-shirt.
Did you feel comfortable?
I was comfortable,
That's
but,
all that matters.
but then
Yeah.
but I did have the gym intimidation because then when I compared myself to the other females that were in the class, is where I felt it.
Okay,
And
well,
I was like-
there's a lot of girls in the gym who
So-
haven't worked on their body.
But
though.
still, even though they still wore like better attire, even though they may have been bigger and more out of shape than I was, they still looked more the part. And so that was the intimidation part for me. So I literally went out and bought gym clothes the next
You can
day.
find really cute affordable gym clothes.
Yes,
Yeah, you
absolutely.
can.
And you know, you said you were working out with somebody, right? Or that you had a
group.
trainer.
It was a group.
So one of the tips is actually having a trainer show you around or something like that. And I think that that's like, probably, did that help a little bit or?
Yes, but they didn't tell me how to dress.
Yo, hold up.
I didn't mind getting like the training.
I have a
and the
trainer,
exercises,
and let me
but-
tell you, she is bad. Like, she built like a horse.
You
girl.
showed me her.
My
You
trainer.
showed me her.
But dog, she's built like a horse, and I'm like, yo, she's been helping me. Like, I've been getting a little curvier. Yo, but the thing is, when I'm in the gym with her, I feel confident because she's confident. Like, obviously her body's on point. I
good.
don't even look like her.
Did
but
she build it that way, or did she? Was she
built
born
her
that way?
body. No, she's fit. She built
Have you
her
seen
body.
a before picture of her?
Yes, I have. And
Wow.
she was
Is there a difference?
huge difference.
Really?
And that had a lot to do with confidence, and she also did bodybuilding.
Girl,
what I was
show me
gonna
her
say-
number, please.
I got you, girl.
She was all her number.
But because I do live in LA, you know, I'm from here, live in LA. But I see girls who actually have gotten their bodies done.
Oh.
Right.
And so-
it's common. Yeah.
Nothing
nowadays.
wrong with that, but I feel confident knowing that, like, yo, I'm working on my own body, and I'm happy with that. Like, even more, I don't look like them, but I'm like, hey, most of the time I'm lifting more than them, or like I'm just not even comparing. But I'm
Are you
not.
sure?
I'm not
Are
trying
you
to
sure?
compare. No, but I'm not comparing my body. Like,
Yeah.
you can look at somebody aesthetically and they can look better, but it doesn't mean they're healthier or stronger than you.
I'm talking about how much you
Absolutely.
lifting. You compare that. You compare that.
You know, because I'm a little strong.
In an article that I found, anytimefitness.com, basically one of the points they said is it's all about you.
That's it.
So if that does.
Otherwise, what are you
it's all
going
about
for?
you?
Speaking of which, every time I go to the gym, I feel like I get hit on by somebody. And I'll be on the treadmill, I'll be so sweaty, and I intentionally...
Do you have headphones on?
Yes.
Girl, you popping like ain't nobody else.
I'll have my headphones in, my
Well,
earphones
hello. Have you
in.
seen what you're blessed
Hello.
with? Hello. Like,
Can we get a 360?
360 of this girl.
Go to her
Like,
Instagram,
so
y'all.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so sweet.
she's blessed.
But I will intentionally go to the gym in like a big old sweatshirt from high
Oh,
school.
you can't hide that though.
and-
You can't hide that. Like,
No, guys don't care.
They don't.
They don't.
But I feel
You
like
can smell,
I
it
just
doesn't
would,
matter.
I know, and I'm like hot, I'm sweaty, I'm running, I'll be on the treadmill. They'll be like,
Pheromones, girl, they're attracted.
yeah.
they'll be like this, girl, I saw you on that treadmill, you getting it, you always here? I'm like, nah, I'm just in town for the day.
The lies you tell.
Girl, see, you get that seat from me. Okay, so my girl and I just went to the gym the other day. We went busted, like mop top, no makeup on, like we just threw on,
That's how you do it,
like,
though. That's how I do it.
I mean, we do like to like dress cute, but like, this isn't done. The
Yeah.
hair is not. Flyaways are sticking out, like
Okay.
free throwing. Okay,
More comfy than cute.
Yes. Okay, so we go in there, and then me, I'm very fair, so I'm like red faced the whole time I'm working out. Like, it's not cute. And so anyway, we go and we get ready because I had to go to work after. So, her and I, we both had things to do. So we got ready at the gym. And it's funny because
Girl, you mean after or before?
Oh, sorry, after. Like when
Oh,
we're finished with our workout,
You got ready
Okay.
there.
we were already there.
Mhm.
And
And walked out.
and
I
then
love doing that.
it was so funny because I feel like everyone witnessed the power of makeup that day.
Oh,
Girl,
right.
I love
Because
walking to the gym popping because
when
I'm
we're
seeing
walking
this
out,
out, like, yeah,
when
this
we're
girl look
walking
like,
out,
yeah.
girl, it was so funny. People that see us there all the time were like, oh,
Oh, now you checking.
Yes.
You guys
Now
are
you
looking-
checking.
oh, okay, like where have you been? I'm like in front of your face, but not that that matters.
Right.
Right,
You know, but it was just so funny, like
A lot of guys are just always looking, and maybe
transformation.
you're always on the prowl.
yeah.
Speaking of being on the prowl, we're gonna move into something just a little
You sound
more
like you got some
serious. So something a
On
little
the
bit
prowl.
more serious. I just wanted to let you guys know there have been some serious allegations against the R&B songwriter and artist R. Kelly with the release of the new docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. And so basically this has sparked a new movement across the nation called #MuteRKelly, where they are muting his music because of these allegations. But then surprisingly enough, there have been many fellow artists that have come to his defense, such as Erykah Badu, Lil Mo, Da Brat, and they're standing in defense of him for these very serious allegations. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, it's called Surviving R. Kelly. It's a docuseries.
Yeah.
So with these allegations that are involved, do you think that we should mute R. Kelly or continue to step in the name of love?
Well, first, I do want to just make it clear for any people who are tuning in who don't know the story. These women are coming out women who apparently have been victims for years, saying that they have been victims of sexual assault, abuse, and
physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal
every
abuse.
kind of abuse.
Very serious
sexual assault
allegations.
and underage.
A lot of them have been either underage or barely of age.
Yes.
Like
They were
young.
Still the teens.
Yeah.
Still the teens. So
So
those
what-
are those are the allegations.
What are y'all thinking?
So
Are they even allegations anymore? Like,
Right.
when are we gonna stop using that word allegations? Because people using the hashtag Mute R. Kelly, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that entire docuseries, I knew everything that was reintroduced to us. Like, I've been
Right,
hearing these
reintroduced.
things my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, when,
he went to court.
Yeah.
like now, thank you guys for finally hashtag Mute
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
Making
Thank
a
you.
movement behind
Making
it.
an initiative to do it. But people who have been doing this for years, and I'm just, I don't know.
It's just crazy because like
Yeah.
people like it's just crazy because like growing up like I listen to R. Kelly like I
Every
used-
family
I love,
party.
I love his music, you know what I
Who
mean?
knows how to do
but
the
like
steps?
the
I
thing-
know I know I do
you
the
know,
steps.
and then you find out about this and you're like, oh man, and it's like crazy because people have these celebrities on this unrealistic pedestal.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
that they can do nothing wrong, that they overlook what's really going on in reality.
Yeah.
And so I think that is just, I mean,
And so that's some of the things that are mentioned in the docuseries because it talks about how he just sees that he is almost untouchable, and some of the females speak on this where they just go and they meet him and it seems so innocent that he was very likable, but he preys on it because it's a power that has been given to him by society.
Yeah.
So many people just throw themselves at him. He could do no wrong, nor do they even care.
Okay,
He's
but
almost
even beyond,
entitled.
he throws himself at
Yes.
young girls as well.
Yes.
His own teacher actually had to kick him off campus because, yes, he had to kick him off campus and told him he can't come back because he would actually go back to the high school. So even though like they say people have been throwing themselves, he would actually go
Yeah.
And-
find his prey
Yes.
and invite them to
Wow.
the
And it
school.
talks about how he used to hang out at the high schools.
Yeah.
Yes.
and those guys are weird.
Speaking
Like-
of high school, bruh couldn't even read. Like, let me tell you,
Yeah.
Nick Cannon even came out and said, like, love R. Kelly, yada yada, bruh can't read.
Right.
So, let me just say, his IQ wasn't very high.
Right.
He was
So
focused on the wrong things.
His IQ wasn't very high, so he would, try to entertain younger women because that's all he could entertain. I mean, his wife was 19 when he met her. But obviously, 19 is over age.
Yeah.
Of age.
Aaliyah
Yeah,
was
it's of age.
15.
Yes.
Aaliyah was 13 when he started working with her, but 15 when they got married. When they got married.
Yeah. And
Wow.
what I'm very, very disappointed in is the fact that we are not taking these women seriously. And yes, maybe it may be years after that they're coming out with their story.
Yeah.
But I'm trying not to make the correlation that the reason we're not taking them seriously is because they're women of color. I'm trying not to.
And
Yeah,
you know what
but-
else,
so
too?
hard not.
Like,
It's so hard.
It's very hard not to. I feel like with other movements that we've seen this past year, the past 2 years, past couple years, it's been taken a whole lot more seriously.
That's why people are
Right.
saying, why now?
Why?
But I
Why
think
now?
the question should be, why not now?
Why
Right.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
the best
This is
time
the
to
time.
do it.
And
Yeah,
it's
like the Me
it's
Too
coming to the
movement and all
surface.
that.
It's come to the surface now.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we deal with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I want to happen. I was looking back, and there were. This started. I guess the one that's first documented started in 1994. So
Wow.
And I
this
think
is 20 plus years of
Yeah,
activity.
And that's just
25 years
recorded. That's not
Yeah.
talking about going back when women weren't even respected or valued or even acknowledged as equal to men. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm even
There's
saying
been
like with
settlements
him.
over
Oh yeah.
Like with him, that's
Oh,
just
with
what
him. Oh, yeah.
documented as far as
Yeah.
far as he's been R. Kelly.
Oh goodness.
What about before that?
Before
When
that.
he was Robert.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, I don't
So-
even know who Robert was.
I know.
Like, Kelly was one thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where there have been other celebrities who have fallen into the same category of same types of things, having sexual relations and different altercations with underage women. However, the difference here is just the way that his psyche is
Yeah, he's not right.
taking it
He
on,
right.
and
He's a sociopath.
He continues to
Yeah.
release song after song, album
Nasty.
after album.
He had a 19-minute
So,
song.
so can we all agree that we're gonna mute R. Kelly?
I'm
Okay, we're in support of muting R. Kelly and supporting all of the women. I want to step out of his bedroom because I'm getting kind of sick of this. Let's step in to another bedroom. Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, the singer and the basketball player, let's talk about their bedroom. Rumors are circulating that Iman Shumpert is fathering a child outside of the marriage.
Ooh.
But that's not all. The catch is they're known for their threesomes. She actually has a song describing the threesome activities. But the rumored child is to be of their third. That's what they call it, I guess, in the threesome world. I don't know, but I guess it's called the third. So the third is allegedly pregnant. But Tiana Taylor shut down the rumors on Twitter and said, Iman knows better, he knows how to kill him. So if you let someone join the team, when are they allowed to play is my question.
Okay.
If at all.
No.
If at all.
That's, like, no.
Because I don't share. I'm sorry.
No.
I can't. I'm not gonna share.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm very selfish with my man. Like, no, my man is mine.
But
like,
here's the catch, though.
No,
She says he know I'd kill him. But if you let somebody into that space with you and your man, and they end up pregnant, can you really be mad at him?
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's a rumor or not.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
all
like
for the
that
kinks,
chance you
but
take.
Yes.
It is the chance you take. I think, but you know, I don't have any experience in this. Let me just start there. Let me start there. But I have thought about it before.
Come on.
I have thought about it before. So, with that said, I have thought about it, and I'm like, look, if I were to do it, I'd have to have like guidelines.
Yes.
But I'm not going to.
Yes.
I thought about it.
I
If were to
do
do
know of a situation of somebody close to me who does live that lifestyle,
Mhm.
and she and her husband are very fine with it. There was a time where
If you're married, though, like-
one of the girlfriend of them,
Mhm.
she tried to maybe have a little bit more closer relationship with the husband.
Oh, no.
And so when they figured those types of things out, basically it's like, bye-bye, you go away.
But see, at that
But
point,
it's
you're
a team,
married.
it's a joint teamwork effort that they allow that.
See, I'm not saying I accept or not accept it, but
Right.
like if you're dating, that's a whole different story. When you're married, like that's
I just don't get the
Sacred?
point.
It's sacred.
I
I
don't
think
get
it's
the
sacred.
point of if you want
If
to
you
do that,
want-
why get married?
some people are about the King's girl.
Well,
Some
that's
people
what
want
my
to,
they're
you know.
saying, anything goes, that they say it's safe. They were, that it's a safe environment because they already have each other. And I heard in one particular video that was on YouTube where they had mentioned that Iman had said, I'm Dora the Explorer in my relationship.
That's weird.
So,
Like role playing.
he's just exploring every option, even in the
gotcha.
realm of just being married.
So it'd be like, hey, Dora, adios.
Well, she
Like,
actually, Drea, you guys know who Drea is from Basketball Wives? She
Yes.
posted a picture of Tiana Taylor, like holding her booty.
I-
And Iman Shumpert commented on it, and he was not here for it.
Oh.
So I'm like, yo, they're like feuding online. They're literally feuding online about their like openness to the relationships, but that's where it gets a little funny. It's like, where do you cross the line?
Exactly. What are
Yeah,
the lines?
exactly.
What are the
For
lines?
me, it's like, okay, marriage is a promise of exclusivity
Sure.
to me.
Mhm.
Me too.
And-
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, and even to go further with that, sex is like so much more
Even
than just
more.
a pleasurable
Right.
and physical experience.
Yes, the
That's
intimacy.
the good.
So differently, especially when they're in the industry. You know, the industry a little funny, girl.
Yes,
Yeah.
but to me, that's that's spiritual. Like
Yeah,
there's
it is.
energy
Yeah.
being
Yes.
transferred
Right,
there.
right.
So not only are you
Just
letting
want
another
more energy,
person,
girl.
you're not just letting another person into your house. Like you letting some energy
Yeah.
into your house.
No,
And
that's very true. And they have a child, and it's just like you guys are making it a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
That's where it gets a little funny. And now she wants to kill him. So
Yeah, see, like, I mean, like, and I don't mean to be, like, sound closed-minded, that me being, because, you know, like,
It's in the culture.
it's not
It's-
close-minded, girl.
it's-
I'm not. with
yeah,
it, so
like,
I'm
I
not with
mean,
it either.
if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna judge you. Like, that's your thing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's your
That's your life.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I would be just in the back of my mind. I'd be like, man, is he enjoying that too much? Like, is she prettier than me? Like, you know, because us women are super. Don't lie, you know, you're insecure too. Like, we're all insecure.
honestly,
Like,
I feel that.
I
I
just
feel
a
that.
little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I would just be like, why you with her?
Why naked?
Why are you doing that with her longer than me? Or like, I just. I would
I'm just saying.
not.
I would go to jail.
I would pay like, no.
Like, wait
It
a
would
minute,
not
did I
happen.
really do that
No.
right now?
I would think I'm like, yo, this is okay. But when we get it started, I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah. yeah, like I said, I go to jail.
I'm just like, I can see you. Like,
Guidelines have been breached.
just like throwing everything on. Get out of here. Come and get yourself up.
Thought. What is she doing?
Yeah, right. Thought. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, y'all. You know, as women, we can be known for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those things include road rage. Hello. Us women can be very fierce when it comes to ourselves, our cars, and apparently our parking spaces, because actually Kamorley Simmons proved this to be right, because she actually got into a physical altercation over a parking space. So I gotta ask you ladies, do you suffer with road rage, or have you been a victim of somebody else's?
It's actually one of my New Year's resolutions. Like, now that I'm on the road, I make more. It is. Literally, when I'm driving.
No, I can testify to
I
that.
live in LA, so like I'm
Yeah.
making a
Here's
conscious
resolution.
effort to just relax in the car. I try to
Yeah.
put on positive music because
Yeah.
you really don't know who's in the next car.
That is so
Yeah.
true.
You can flip somebody off and they can pull you over, do all kinds of stuff. I've seen people. Okay, let me just tell you a story. I think a lady cut my mom off and flipped my mom off. Oh, sorry, Mom, I was put you out there. We followed this girl for like 3 miles. My mom had a water bottle. I had golf balls in my car at one point.
Golf balls.
Golf balls?
Golf balls, golf balls. For the purpose, sole purpose of throwing it out. Because people be acting up.
Don't make me say your government name right now.
I'm just saying. Like, I had golf balls at one point for the sole purpose of throwing it out of the car.
Okay, so you do
So
suffer from
So
road
she was
rage.
ready.
But not anymore. It's a new year, new me.
I remember, okay, so this is
my
before
God.
I had road rage, okay, so I had not gone off, I had orders. So I was working in San Mateo, the county of San Mateo, and every day I crossed the bridge, and there was, you know, traffic is just very intense. It's a 2.5-hour drive from San Mateo to Stockton during those hours, and so this gentleman, I saw him in the truck next to me, and this is the time I would practice my lyrics, so that's freeing, right? I'm loving it. So this guy next to me in the truck, he's just like raging out, like so angry at people, and he's like, he's hitting his steering wheel, he's like doing the rev and stop, rev and stop. Yes, he was going crazy. So my bold self, because I just think it's nice to sometimes just see what it is for some people to have a different interaction. So I kind of like pulled up alongside of him. And I
That'd be crazy.
No, I rolled my window down and I just smiled at him and I was like, "Are you okay?" Like I literally was like having a conversation because the traffic was so slow, stop and go, that you literally could talk to people in the next car next to you, and I don't have a problem doing that
Yeah.
because I think it's actually kind of interesting. Sometimes you meet very interesting people. So
I'm sorry, I'm not
were
going to be
brave.
talking to the person next time.
Yeah.
He's cute.
But he calmed down. Interestingly enough, he actually did calm down.
Oh, that's sweet.
And he was able to just kind of like, and so I literally was watching him in my rearview mirror, and I would
So that was like the opposite of road rage.
Yeah,
You're
well-
just like calming down road rage.
and so that was calming it down. I went off and had orders, came back, and because I was in an area where there really wasn't any traffic for over a year's time, I came back and I was like, "What is this?"
And so she had road rage
Raged
next.
out
Oh
to
my
the point
goodness.
where I literally could not have that job anymore. I was like, I can't stand this. I was like,
Yeah.
and I had a talk with God. I was like, it is your turn. There's no more I can do. I have done everything. Do not make me have this drive again because
Well, at
I'm
least you
probably
didn't have
gonna
golf
end up
balls.
hurting
Okay,
somebody.
it probably would have been.
I would have crashed somebody. I would have hurt somebody. I was done.
my
I was
God.
over it. I was literally wanting to go in the middle of the lanes and didn't care how many cars I would hit. I will ruin every single car on my way home. That's how I felt.
Can I throw a lollipop at me?
That's how
Someone threw a lollipop at me one time.
No.
What did you do?
Okay, real
Are you
quick.
sure that they threw it, or did it just like casually
I
happen?
threw an ice cream cone. I threw an ice cream cone in somebody's car.
A what?
I threw an ice cream cone. Ice cream cone.
No, I thought I
She
was
was
bad.
pregnant. I felt so
Oh my
bad.
God. What is wrong with y'all?
That's awful.
We need some anger management.
It's a new year. That's the OG.
You threw a lollipop
Right.
and someone threw it at you.
They threw it at me. It's because like, okay, so this was back when I was in college, and you know, I was on my way to a physiology exam, which if you've taken that class, you know that it is intense. So you know, I was all nervous or whatever, and I was trying to get there, and so you know, there was this car in front of me that was going so slow, like so slow, like under the speed limit, which I don't tailgate if you're on the speed limit, but if you're
I
going
do.
under,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, and there was a bunch of traffic at that time, so I was like trying to make it to my test. And so finally there was an opening, and mind you, it was like 2 car spaces behind was the next car. But as soon as I turned on my turn signal to get over, the person sped up as I was getting over. And then, but I was just like, whatever, you know, like I'm in and I'm on my way. Then I go around this car and I go back in front, and the car that was in that lane pulls up next to me. And I'm just minding my own business because I'm just thinking about, I'm not even thinking about nothing but getting to this test. All of a sudden I hear, oh God, no, oh hell no.
I'm excited for that.
And I'm just
I
like,
love that.
and then I can see in my purpose, I can see a bunch of movement.
Did you roll down your
And then I didn't say nothing. I was just like, whatever. And all of a sudden, because I was not paying attention to that person, and I did not validate their anger, they threw a lollipop at my windshield.
Did it crack?
The moment you throw stuff at me, and is when
that's when you react.
because I'm Mexican, so you know I can get spicy real fast.
Right.
0 to 100. So
Latina.
like.
Pop off.
So I rolled, and then I was like, I felt like that fire flame inside my soul. I rolled down the window, and I was like, you know, I said some things, you know, that
I'm sorry, but I be wishing
I
wish
you know,
you
that
would
I'm
pull
not.
up next to me.
And then and then she was like, you almost hit my car, and I said, did I hit your car? No. So get on with your life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't hit your car.
She hit your car with a
You hit my car. Like, and then guess what? I chased her. I was like, forget this. My teacher will understand. Okay. And I chased her, and I was like, get out. Like, get out. And then, you know, and she didn't want it. She took off.
But she
And I was like, so what's up? Like, you threw a lollipop. You want to handle it? Like, because I was going to just keep my cool. Just, you know, I was
you're still
Straight out of Stockton, y'all.
Yeah,
Straight out of Stockton.
for me, like I'm the calmest, like, you know, I keep my composure,
Teach me your ways.
you know, but the only way you can get me there is by
Disrespecting you.
disrespecting physically to where I can't ignore it because
Right.
it's in my face,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna do something about
Enter
it.
your bubble.
It makes me feel really
She,
bad.
yeah, that was like my safety, like,
Yeah.
that was,
Yeah.
she came into my safety circle.
Yeah.
Well, I told y'all on the last episode we can get a little crazy. But that wraps up this episode of The Catch. Thank you for tuning in with us. We actually want to give a few shout outs before we conclude today. We want to shout out our executive producers, The Right Key. We want to shout out our production crew, Legend Cinematography. And we want to shout out our glam squad led by Kim at Kim Lady Mac.
So you guys continue to catch up with us, and we will continue to catch up with you.
Yes, stay tuned for some of the juiciest gossip.
Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe below. And follow us on The Catch Talk Show on Instagram. And also follow our personal handles below.
Bye.
Thank you guys.